and welcome to another free.volous episode. Let's go through this month's empties. I'm going to go through everything that I finished up and let you know how I felt about the products after actually using them instead of a first impressions. Let's jump right in with the first big bulky bottle that I have here. This is the Chlorine shampoo. This is a SIBO reductor, I think they call it, for oily hair. And I did not like this, to be honest. I bought a huge bottle. It was a chore to go through it because the texture of this shampoo is really weird. It has a thicker texture that is kind of grippy onto your hair, and you feel like when you apply that kind of shampoo, the moment you add a bit of water, it's going to lather really well and feel really nice on the hair and feel like it's going to clean everything really thoroughly. But what I felt was that I was struggling to make that lather just dilute enough to push into the roots of my hair, if that makes sense. It was still thick as a lather, and not in a good way, not in a thick foamy way, but in a thick, almost like a jelly kind of thing. It washed my hair just fine, but I did not enjoy this. I tried using lots of it, not much of it, you know, trying to see if it was any kind of user error, but yeah, I didn't get along with it. This one has nettle, I think. And I'm not going to repurchase this. I'm happy I went through it. Feel accomplished, but it's not one of my favorites. I have other shampoos going in, finishing up some of my Lush favorites. So for now, I'm not buying anything new. I'll let you know when I do. And again, from Chlorine, another finished shampoo, but this is their dry shampoo in the Eco bottle. And I think they have discontinued it, which is so annoying. This is one of those squeezy, oh, it still had a bit of powder left. One of those squeezy bottles. It's not the most practical to apply directly onto the hair because it can create those white spots. What I do is put some powder onto my hands and then rub it through my roots. But this is so much more affordable, more value for your money in this format because you have a huge bottle of the powder and you just use a little bit of it every time. And it took me months and months to go through this, and I use dry shampoo very regularly, so it got the job done. It just dried out kind of the oiliness in my hair without leaving a white cast. I just brush it off, massage it in and then brush it off. But the thing is, I can't find it anywhere. I can only find the usual aerosol bottles, which I'm used to and I like. I would much prefer getting another one of these because it's far more affordable, and I think it's a bit better for the environment all in all because you're not getting bottles and bottles of stuff every kind of month or two. You just get this for several months. So I'm a bit sad that I got through this. I have one from Briogeo, the dry shampoo. I've raved about it. I really like it. This is more potent in terms of drying out the oiliness of your scalp, more so than the Briogeo, but it's still a really good one, and it has this kind of format, so it lasts me a longer time. And I have one just spray, normal aerosol dry shampoo for those emergency moments where I'm not into massaging the powder onto the hair, you know. So yeah, that's how I'm doing for now. Now let's see, what do I have here. I got through a mini, not a mini, but a smaller bottle of the Paula's Choice 2% BHA Smoothing Spot Exfoliant. I got this while I was waiting for the bigger size, which has arrived finally. And I love this. Again, I swear by this. If you have acne, try it out because I haven't found any other product that actually clears out my back the same way as this one does. You just have to stick to it and use it daily, religiously almost, and apply a good amount, massage it in, and after a couple of weeks, my back just go back to completely clear. If I skip a few days, it's fine. If I skip about a week, it will start to reappear. So it's kind of a treatment. It's not a cure, if that makes sense, like with acne basically. But yeah, my favorite, all-time favorite, always have one with me. Now, cleansers. I have a couple cleansers. I put the scissors to all of these, so that's why they look like this. This is the Paul's Choice Omega Complex Cleansing Balm. It's one of my all-time favorite cleansing balms that have come out. This is a very simple formula. There's nothing to rave about. There's not a delightful perfume or anything. The texture is delightful when you apply it to your skin. It just turns into an oil, brings everything, just dissolves all the grubbiness in the makeup, and then you can either rinse it off with water or go in with a washcloth and remove it as you wish, and it works perfectly fine both ways. Some are a bit more oily and don't do as well with water, and this is one of my favorites. I already have another one of these because I can't live without it, especially when I'm doing my laser treatments for my melasma and hyperpigmentation. My skin gets pretty sensitive for a couple of days afterwards, and this is one of those that I know I can use and there's nothing wrong happening to my skin, no aggravation, you know? Next up, I used up the Vichy Mineral 89 Probiotic Fractions. I haven't tried the other one, which is just the hyaluronic acid serum, but this is delightful in terms of texture. It's kind of a mid sort of price range, around the 30 euros mark. It's not the most inexpensive, but it is a delightful serum with hydration properties and also some soothing, calming properties to it, anti-irritation, I'd say, and I really enjoyed using it. Will I repurchase it? I don't know. For now, I have other serums that I'm getting along with that do the same thing. There are many of these in the market right now, so there's plenty to choose from. But this was a great experience. It feels like it's going to be a more jelly-like serum, but once you apply it onto the skin, it just sinks in. It doesn't build up under makeup or under any other skincare that you may apply, or my sunscreens and stuff like that. So it's a delightful formula. I think Vichy, in terms of French pharmacy kind of product, is one that is coming out with super interesting products and right on top of the trends and the needs and wants of the consumers in terms of there's a serum for hyperpigmentation and stuff like that. So it's been a good player, Vichy, and I'm curious about trying other things from them. This is a great one, and if you're looking for a serum in this kind of spectrum, this is a good one to go if you can afford this. Another cleanser I forgot. This is the Dermalogica Daily Microfoliant. It has rubbed off. I've used this thoroughly. This is the mini size, by the way. This is a very expensive product on its own, I should say, but it will last you ages, literally, a bit like this. It is a powder that you have in here and that you mix with water and turns into a cleanser, salicylic acid, very gentle, slightly foaming cleanser, and it is delightful in that way. It has that bit of chemical exfoliation, but it's not too aggressive. You can even use this daily. I like to use this in two situations. One is as my morning cleanser to remove all the morning oils and stuff like that. It's super gentle. You can use it daily or even in the afternoon or as my second cleanser. It works fine. I love to use this, and I've mentioned this, mixed in with a more creamy cleanser, and use the powders not immediately diluted as sort of a mechanical or physical exfoliator on my skin, because these are going to dissolve. They don't feel aggressive on the skin. It's really hard to scratch your face off with this, if you know what I mean, but I love using that this in that sense. It's delightful. I love mixing it with my Oskia Renaissance cleansing gel. It's my favorite combination ever. Have I repurchased this? Oh yes, of course. Still another mini, because these last so long. I don't feel the need to splurge. I don't know how much they cost. They're super expensive for the full size, so if you can find the mini, highly recommend. If you like that gentle mechanical or physical exfoliation once in a while, delightful. And also as your daily cleanser, this is a good one, especially if you have problems with breakouts, a bit more oily skin. It's not stripping at all, but it is one of those that feels good on oily skin. Another one bites the dust. This is my La Roche-Posay Antelios UV Immune 400. This is the new formulation of this invisible fluid by La Roche-Posay. It just came out, I think, late fall last year, and I got my hands on it now in the early summer or spring, and I love this product. I already love the other invisible fluid, shaker fluid, whatever you want to call it, the one in this bottle. And they have improved the filter so that they can protect your skin from deeper UVA rays that other filters are not able to shield. And this goes into further UVA rays. So this is amazing. It is a bit more liquidy than the previous version, and I would prefer this to have a tiny bit more viscosity to it, just so it doesn't, you know, as soon as you put it on your hand, it starts to go around everywhere, and it is quite liquidy. It's almost like a milky liquid, and yeah, it's a bit more difficult to spread it onto your skin, and some people may feel tempted to use less because you still have to use the same amount despite the texture of the product. But all in all, this is one of my favorites. This is one of those that I wear, especially in the city when I'm out and about for a while. It's easy to reapply also because it's so liquidy, and I trust this a lot, especially because of my melasma. It's a good one. Sadly, it's a bit more on the expensive side, but what can we do, right? It's one of my favorites for sure, and I have already repurchased one and already have it on my rotation. Agrado facial mist, sun facial mist. This is an SPF protective mist for your face, a bit similar to the La Roche-Posay one. Garnier Ambre Solaire has one, also Vichy, I think. There's plenty of mists going around in this kind of aerosol can that you kind of spray all over your face. As a top-up, I wouldn't say to just use this, but it's great to top up, especially if you're wearing makeup. And it's really nice. This has a strong perfumey scent, which I'm not the biggest fan of because it lingers for a bit too long than I'd like, but it's fine. This is super cheap. This was €2.50 or something. You can only find it, I think, in Spain and Portugal at Primor, but hey-ho. But it's a really good one, especially if you're on a budget and if you don't mind, of course, fragrance products. That's a given. And yeah, it performs really well. It's not as mattifying, I'd say, as the La Roche-Posay. I'd say that one is the most, I wouldn't say mattifying, but with a more matte finish versus a more satiny finish. This is more of a satiny finish. And I had a problem with one of these in which the nozzle clogged, but that happened once with one. This is my second or third bottle of this that I'm using up, so had no problems regarding that after that. And yeah, it's a good one. It may leave a little bit of a white residue if you're not applying it in a continuous motion. Just keep moving your hands as you do this, and hold your breath while you do this, and do it in a ventilated area because the scent stays as a cloud. So it's a bit disturbing if you're doing this in your office or something like that before leaving out to lunch. I'd say just be kind to your fellow co-workers or family or whatever. Now, this is a random one. This is, I don't know even the brand of this. I got this in a cosmetics shop many moons ago. This is a soap for your brushes, completely used up. Enjoyed it. I like cleaning my brushes with soap. I clean my brushes daily, and especially my sponge. I clean that daily once I'm doing my nighttime routine. That's when I go with also cleansing the brushes, taking some time for the, you know, skincare to sink in, and I'm cleansing my brushes. So that's how I do it. And this lasted quite a long time. It's a specific but very affordable. I remember this was quite affordable soap. Does this do better than a glycerin soap? Not for me. I still am a big fan of the glycerin soaps. They're super affordable. They get the job done. The bristles don't fall off. And, you know, it's just my take on it. But it's nice that it came in a tin that's really portable and, you know, less messy. That's it. This is another random product. This is by Lush. This is the... I will put the name on here. I can't read. This is written by one of the employees there, and I can't read the writing, and I don't have my glasses on. So this is a shower gel that smells like basically caramel. It smells delightful. I really enjoyed it. Really happy that I tried it out. I bought something else, which is a cream that also has kind of a sweet-ish scent, but this was really nice. I kind of prefer the other one that I got. I don't remember the name. I'll put it here. There you go. Now, last two products are makeup. Look at me going through makeup stuff. This is the Fenty Beauty loose powder. I got mine in a mini. I prefer to buy these in minis because I like to try new things, so I prefer to get smaller sizes, and this still lasted me a long time. I removed the sifter because, again, powder was getting stuck on around the closure area, and I really like this powder. It smells delightful of vanilla. Some people may not like that. It gets the job done. It's not too heavy on the skin. You have to be very light-handed with these kinds of powders because they have a thickness to them, which allows them to make your skin look really creamy and soft without being super matte. But at the same time, that can emphasize texture if you have it, like wrinkles and stuff like that. So, but I got really well with this powder. For now, I'm trying to use up what I already have. This is one of the contenders for repurchasing for sure. Last, oh no, this is not last, I almost forgot. This is a Laneige lip balm. This is the lip sleeping mask in vanilla, which is my favorite scent. Used it up, took me a long time, and I have several lip masks, balms kind of thing going on rotation, so it took me a while to use it up, and I really like this. Does this heal your lips overnight? Not for me, but you can still feel it when you wake up in the morning. If you put a good thick layer and you don't sleep, you know, face down on your pillow, you will still feel the residue of this on your lips, and they feel really smoothed and nice. It doesn't irritate my lips when they're chapped or anything. I really enjoy the lip sleeping mask. I have another one of these, holding on to not open it before I use up other stuff, but I love it. Last product, Colourpop. This is one of their lip oils, Luxe lip oils, I think. It has long rubbed off the names, and this is in Playa Vista, and it's one of those kind of nudie lip oils. Can't reach the little bottom area. I've just removed the sifter, but it doesn't go back down. It doesn't matter. I'm calling it finished. But I need to talk to you about Colourpop lip oils. I think most people are sleeping on this. In Europe, it's easy to sleep on Colourpop because customs charges are really expensive. But aside from that, this is one of the best lip oils I've tried. High and low. It's on the thinner side, but it still feels cushiony and silky and smooth and buttery on the lips. It looks glossy and super. I can apply one right now because my lips are pretty dried up by now. I have one here. This is First Date. Again, don't know if this color still exists because it's Colourpop, but they just look super dewy on the lips. They look slightly glossy without being, you know, stringy, and they have this bit of tint that you'd think would be too sheer, but it does show up a bit on the lips. So there's a difference between applying this one and this one. This would be a bit more browny nudie. This is a bit more pinky. I'm not saying go and buy all the colors, no need, but just so you know, you can feel a bit of the undertone, and it can tone down a lipstick or just be played up with a lip liner. Super versatile, super moisturizing on the lips. They feel delightful. It's not bankruptcy level in terms of pricing, so you can buy these more often and apply them on the lips and apply them frequently throughout the day and don't feel as guilty. I think people are sleeping on this, maybe not in the US, but here in Europe probably, because it's hard to get. I have another one of these, as you may have noticed, and I have right now, where is it? This one by Sigma, this lip oil. I got it through Feel Unique, I think. It was on sale, so I tried it out. Can't read the name. Put it right here because, you know, and I'm really enjoying this one also. It's a bit more expensive than Colourpop, but it's more readily available, although Feel Unique takes a while to deliver. What's up with that? And this is a completely different formula. It's thicker, more like a gloss, but it still feels very nourishing on the lips, and this is high shine. This is kind of like an actual gloss in that sense. Two different textures, two different purposes, but they're really nice. And I'd say if you can't afford, listen what I'm going to say, if you can't afford a Lisa Eldridge lip gloss, the finish is not the same. These are not as opaque in terms of color, but the feeling on the lips is very similar. Just putting it out there. It's my opinion. In my humble opinion, still loves some Lisa Eldridge lip glosses. I have 3 of them, but just letting you know, if you want the feel of that luscious feel of the Lisa Eldridge lip glosses, you can get it through a more affordable price. It's up to you. And yes, these were my empties for the past month. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As usual, if you have, please leave me a thumbs up, comment down below what you want to see next from me. Let me know what are your current favorites that you're using, and the products that you're struggling to use up. That would be a nice one. If you haven't, please consider subscribing, talk about me to your friends that may be interested in beauty content, and follow me on Instagram at free.volous. And as usual, thank you for spending your time on me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!